This is K2 News at 5 on your side.
Largest nurses strike in Oregon state history and the first ever to include doctors could be just days away. On January 10th, nearly 5,000 medical workers at more than a dozen Providence facilities are set to hit the picket line. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for this digital edition of K2 News at 5. I'm Deborah Knapp.
And I'm Barry Mangold. Today, the Oregon Nurses Association gave their official 10-day strike notice to Providence Health. This strike marks the first time in state history that doctors will join the picket line.
The union representing the workers says they are understaffed and want more competitive pay. K2's Shelby Slaughter joins us live from Providence St. Vincent location. So Shelby, how will this impact patients?
Well, Deb, I was just told seconds ago that there are actually 1,200 patients across all Providence hospitals that will need care. So that's a pretty big deal when nearly 5,000 people will not be at work on the 10th, starting at 6 a.m. Now, this affects 14 Providence facilities in Oregon. The Oregon Nurses Association says workers want more competitive pay and more adequate staffing. A representative for Providence Hospitals says there is an offer on the table. A rep tells me the average nurse's salary here in Oregon and at Providence is $125,000. The offer would give them a 20% increase over the course of 3 years. But since a notice to strike has been given, they have to prepare the hospital so patients don't lose out on that care.
I think the thing that is different, obviously, one of the reasons that you're probably here today is that physicians are part of this, and that is unprecedented.
Dr. Moreno tells me they are working to come up with a contract for each individual hospital and says they will bring in temporary staff to try and replace the absent ones. And a rep tells me that they are still working to negotiate and try to come to an agreement with these contracts leading up to the 10th, but there has been no movement on that. Reporting live in Portland, I'm Shelby Slaughter, K2 News.
Thank you, Shelby. In other news now, thieves stole equipment from Skamania County Search and Rescue after the team was looking for people who were searching for Bigfoot. After that mission, the team put all of their equipment back in their search and rescue cave. They believe later that night or early in the morning, thieves cut through the fence and stole almost all of their vital equipment. We had the chance to talk to a member of Skamania County Search and Rescue about it all and why it affects them so much.
We're looking for donations to help us to go and purchase all this new equipment that we need, because we still have to have it purchased, and we have to have it shipped to us, because there's really we have to order from all over the country, from specialty shops and specialty companies that make this.
And that search and rescue organization is 100% volunteer run, and they rely on the help of the community. We'll have more on that interview in our newscast coming up after Monday Night Football around 8 o'clock on K2.
Just 2 days left in office. Multnomah County District Attorney Mike Schmidt is seeking to reduce the sentences of 8 people, including a felon convicted of murdering a 75-year-old woman. K2's Emily Gersh joins us from the live desk now after speaking with the former prosecutor on that case and District Attorney-elect Nathan Vasquez.
So, Emily, you're looking into the statuses of all of those cases. What have you found?
Yeah, Barry and Deb, the hearing for one of those cases, a 1993 murder case, has been postponed until February. I spoke with the prosecutor on that case, and he called the DA's decision to reconsider it a political move. Under a new law that took effect in 2023, district attorneys across the state are granted the authority to reconsider old convictions. A spokesperson for Multnomah County District Attorney Mike Schmidt said that a vast majority of the cases are not considered. One of the 8 cases that DA Schmidt filed a petition for is from 1993. Former violent crimes prosecutor James McIntyre remembers it well.
The sentence that he received at the time, a lot of people would have believed was too light. And he's going to have 3 more years to serve, and that's exactly what he should serve.
In that case, Frank Swopes was charged with the asphyxiation death of a 75-year-old woman during a burglary. Court records show he and an accomplice stole her wedding ring, tied her up, and sexually assaulted her before her death. The law requires the DA's office to speak to all victims at least 30 days in advance of the hearings. In the petition filing for the Swopes case, the state contends that all the victims and immediate family members are deceased. But McIntyre and Multnomah County District Attorney-elect Nathan Vasquez don't believe the case should be reconsidered.
All in all, this was a terrible crime. And because of the way this has come out and played out, it's really unclear what efforts, if any, were made to contact the surviving family members. There's some brief information that's been put out in the petition, but really, because of the nature of this crime, this is one that really deserves close attention.
His office did not answer our questions on if direct family members were notified in each of these cases. A judge will have the final say on whether convictions can be removed or changed. At the live desk, Emily Gersh, K2 News.
All right, good information, Emily. Thank you. Other news, the state ends the year with the highest whooping cough case count since 1950. Oregon having over 1,000 cases. Health officials are now reminding people to get vaccinated against the illness to stop transmission. Lane County has reported the highest number of cases in the state with 315. Only 2 people have died this year.
Potential vehicle and dealership scams are happening around Oregon. The DMV in Oregon is saying a new scam is using fake VIN numbers to get titles for stolen vehicles to resell. You can check if your VIN is real by going to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration recall site. The Oregon DMV also warns of fake dealerships being set up. The DMV provides a lookup tool on their website to check if a dealership is certified. They also remind you to make sure the person you are dealing with is an employee of that dealership.
And now let's get to your Storm Tracker 2 weather forecast. We have Dave Selesky in for us, and you got an interesting forecast, not so local, but it is related.
Very interesting and very important because there are tens of thousands of Oregonians right now that are down in Southern California getting set for the Rose Bowl on Wednesday for New Year's Day. And that forecast is darn near perfect. Now, our Steve Dunn's down there, and I only hope he took along some sunscreen. Sunny skies. 2 p.m. kickoff time is going to be 73 degrees on New Year's Day with northeast winds about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Meanwhile, back here in the Pacific Northwest, it's a little different ball game. As we all know, the past few days, cloudy skies, plenty of rain across the area, lots of snow in the Cascades, and we're still seeing those showers around the area, but they are winding down at this time as a weak ridge of higher pressure is now beginning to build in across the Pacific Northwest. So our rainfall totals down considerably from where they have been the past few days. 9/100 of an inch out at PDX, a little less than 1/4 of an inch out at Troutdale, a little more than 1/2 of an inch up in Corbett in the last 24 hours. There's about 21/100 to be exact in Camas, Oregon City at 2/10 of an inch, and Hillsborough at 22/100 in the last 24 hours. So our top 3 things to know as we wind down 2024 and head in towards 2025. Briefly drier skies for tonight and for tomorrow, at least the first part of the day tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Areas of some fog and some freezing fog late tonight and early tomorrow on Tuesday morning. And 2025 starts out like 2024 is winding down on the wet side across much of the area. Now, here's a live camera in Spanish Head, Lincoln City. Mostly cloudy skies there, 47 degrees the current temperature. We'll move the cameras around a little bit here and see what's going up next. There's our Visit Hood River camera. Mostly cloudy skies here, cooler at 39 degrees, but light winds at this hour. And of course, on top of the Standard Insurance Tower, looking towards the east, we have dry skies for the moment with mostly cloudy conditions. South winds just 3 miles an hour and the temperature at 47 degrees. Here's the highs. Hit 50 today here in Portland. That's above average for this time of the year. Same thing for Vancouver. 49 in the Dalles, 47 in Pendleton. On the coast, Astoria, you checked in at 52 degrees and 49 down in Salem. All right, so here's this little trough low pressure moving on through the area. That gets out of here later on tonight. Higher pressure begins to build in across the area, so we dry things out for tonight and going into the first half of tomorrow on Monday. But this ridge we call transitory. It's moving across the region rather rapidly, and that's going to allow for this guy to begin to move in here by tomorrow. So here's the hour-by-hour forecast. There's our ridge pushing on through. There we are a little after midnight, some morning low clouds and some fog patches. There we are about 6:30, same thing, some morning low clouds and some fog. Could be some freezing fog in some outlying areas. And then we get in towards the afternoon. And right around 5:30 or so, you can see rain on the coast, picking up some snow in the Cascades, and rain developing in parts of the Willamette Valley. Later tomorrow night, going into New Year's Eve, rain and rain showers across the area, and then more wet weather going in towards Wednesday. And from Wednesday into Thursday, that wet weather pattern continues across the area as we head in towards 2025. So how much rain on the way? Well, over the next 48 hours, our computer models are saying anywhere from maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain, or perhaps a little bit more in some of the higher terrain. Now, forecast for you for tomorrow on the coast. Morning clouds and some fog, increasing clouds by the afternoon with rain arriving in the late afternoon hours, 48 for Lincoln City. In the Willamette Valley, some morning fog, perhaps some freezing fog and some higher locations in the valley and up into the Cascade foothills. Mostly cloudy skies, rain arriving late afternoon, early evening. 45 for your high in Troutdale, 44 in Scappoose. Gorge to the Cascades, partly sunny skies. Some fog possible in the western end of the gorge early in the morning, then rain and snow late in the day. Snowable tomorrow, right around 3,000 feet. Moving on to the east side, patchy morning fog, then sunshine and dry. High of 40 in Pendleton, 36 in John Day, 20 and 36 the low and the high in Bend. Now tonight in Portland, we're down to 36 degrees, a little cool out there, but about average for this time of the year. 44 for our high, 46 on Wednesday for New Year's Day, then rain and milder temperatures Thursday all the way through the weekend with highs upper 40s and low 50s.
Wet start to the new year.
You got it.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it, Dave. And hey, tonight the community continues to mourn the death of former President Jimmy Carter, who spent decades volunteering with Habitat for Humanity. Carter and his wife Rosalind played an integral role in working on construction sites, building a reputation for the organization. The CEO of the nonprofit says that the Carters directly helped more than 4,000 families and inspired millions of other volunteers. We spoke to a volunteer who had the chance to work alongside the Carters building homes.
I was tired and wet and got my lunch and sat down at a table and looked up, and I was stunned to realize I had chosen a seat across from the president and Mrs. Carter. They were just in this tent with the rest of us, sitting in the mud, eating their sandwich, you know. They just so embodied that Habitat spirit that I had grown to love working for the organization. Just coming together around a shared purpose to get things done and make somebody's life a little bit better. So they were just like every other volunteer.
Habitat for Humanity was founded in Georgia, the home state of the Carters.
To sports now, in the building anticipation for the Rose Bowl. #1 Oregon Ducks taking on Big Ten rival #8 Ohio State. The winner will head to the semifinals of the college football playoff to face either Texas or Arizona State. Today, the Ducks held practice and media availability. They say they're focused on taking care of business in order to advance. We also caught up with Ducks fans already in Southern California. One family came all the way from Mississippi for a special reason.
We're very, very excited. Very excited, very proud. Just enjoying the ride.
All the way from Mississippi?
All the way from Mississippi, that's right.
What position is he playing?
He's the punter.
He's the punter?
Yes.
Congratulations.
So hopefully we won't see him on the field very much.
I am thrilled. I have never been here. It's so traditional, you know, the history, the granddaddy of them all, and I can't believe that I'm actually here.
Now, he's a Midwesterner originally,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So who's he pulling for?
I'm a Duck. Hey, we're here for the Duck game. I'm a Duck all the way this weekend.
Any predictions on the score?
I think it could be really close, yeah. But I'm hoping, of course, Oregon pulls it out.
Are you missing the Oregon weather yet?
Not at all.
Tomorrow is the Rose Bowl Bash at the stadium. The pep rally will feature both bands and a beer garden. Chance for fans to take photos with the Rose Bowl trophy. Kickoff is at 2 on New Year's Day. Be sure to follow our live team coverage of the Rose Bowl right here on K2. K2's Steve Dunn and sports director Tyree Smith and sports reporter Aaron Slindy are there ready to give you front row seat and to all the action. Tune in tonight, tomorrow, and on New Year's Day as we follow the Ducks' flight to the title.
And the Trailblazers are looking to add a third game to their winning streak. They're taking on the Philadelphia 76ers at the Moda Center. Head coach Chauncey Billups expected to be back in the coaching chair today after missing the past 2 games for personal reasons. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock. Tune in right afterwards for the Rip City wrap-up. Starting Wednesday, there will be a new channel option. On January 1st, KUNP will launch as the flagship station of the Rip City TV network. Go to K2.com for more information on what that is and how you can watch for free.
And we're back on air with more local news after Monday Night Football tonight.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.